what I will share with you this afternoon is something I have shared with the LOJ intercessors last weekend in Silang. So, yung mga retreat sa akin last weekend, narinig din na to. But it's good to hear it again, because I think this will also speak to our meditators. Spirituality is about going deep. It is not moving sideways. So spirituality is about going deep and less about going wide. When I say it is not wide, I need to qualify what wide means. When we say I am going wide, it really means I am overactive, or I am action driven, or I have multiple involvements, that I am in a way controlled by schedule, meeting or meetings. Put simply, when we go wide, it's not just about going wild, but when we go wide, we are simply all busy, and we are pressured from all sides, or we give into pressure from many sides. Meaning to say, when our life is moving wide ways, we are in a we are constantly moving, we are constantly mobile. And the antidote, the opposite of going wide, is growing or going. And the wide quantities of life are givens. Mean to say, life is simply like this or like that. We are constantly on the move. Life is constantly changing, evolving, and part of the change is also avoidance and evasion. This paints life as complex because of rapid and historical change. Hence, each time we gather for formation, or each time we enter a retreat, however brief, it builds in us a powerful tool. And what is this powerful tool that is built in us? It is the tool of meditation. With meditation, through meditation, we can penetrate the deepest silence ever. The deepest silence available. And we need the understanding that comes from silence to support a spirituality in a fast-paced, high-speed life. For most people, even for meditators, the difficulties in life arise when we do not pause, when we do not honor our commitment to silence. Even if you have been meditating out of habit or because you are committed, or you are doing it for less than perfect motives or intentions. For whatever reason you find yourself meditating, real difficulty or the real difficulty arises when we do not pause, when we do not sit in order to measure our lives. You are familiar with the movie Inimbang Ngunit Kulang. Who starred in that movie? Who starred in that movie? Yung mga may edad na. And Hilda Coronel. Christopher De Leon and Hilda Coronel starred in that movie. What is my point of citing this movie line or movie title? It is in the pause, in the sit, really that we can measure our lives, that we can weigh our lives. And let us not wait for Judgment Day when the Lord will say to us, "Tinimbang ka, ngunit kulang." There's something about meditation that forces us to review our life, that forces us to take stock of our lives. Because when we meditate, we are forced to stay put. We are forced to stay. We are forced to drop everything. Because the antidote to what meditation offers is to run away. To run away. To get discouraged. Again, in spite of the need, the urge, the itch to run away, the invitation is stay. Stay, sit, and learn. When we are confronted with problems and difficulties, our tendency can only go in two directions. There are only two tendencies. Either we run away from problems or we depend on ourselves. And these are two extremes. And these two extremes are not good. Because in life, we cannot DIY in terms of problems. We need the Lord. And meditation is an act of surrender. It is an act of yielding to God, who can accomplish great wonders in us and for us. So we cannot run away, nor can we completely depend on our resources. When we take time to sit, to stay, we begin to see and realize and appreciate what is beautiful and right in spite of. What is beautiful and right in spite of. There was this Buddhist mystic, a Vietnamese, who shared with his community that during the Vietnam War, people were busy fighting. People were busy burying the dead. People were busy building from the debris and rubble of bombs that were dropped in Saigon. People were busy wallowing in their sorrow, in the destruction, so that they forgot to smell the flowers, so that they forgot to smell the night. Meaning to say, the dew, the mist. They've forgotten all of this because they have gotten too preoccupied with what is imperfect. I was walking in the corridor while waiting for you, and my attention was captured by this frame that was hanging outside the chapel. And it says, if the Lord is talking to us and saying something like this, if you didn't feel hurt, you will never know me as comforter. If you didn't feel pain, you will never know me as consoler. And if life is perfect, you wouldn't know me. So, life is so much like that. I would say that we should glorify pain, or we should exalt human suffering. But there is no other way. We have to find meaning amidst the cracks. We have to experience the life through life's cavities. And so let's learn to smell the flowers again. Let us learn to appreciate the mist, the dew of each passing night. And if only we will be faithful to the practice of meeting the Lord in silence through meditation, we will be able to prevent unnecessary suffering. And we can help through silence. We can help through silence teach ourselves to learn from the pain we shouldn't avoid and pay attention to flavors and fragrances and scents of life, no matter what our circumstances are. The goal of Heartspace is to respond to whatever shows up in life in a vibrant Christian manner. We should always be ready to stand up for whatever shows up in life, to be able to put up with whatever shows up in life in a vibrant, confident, and Christian manner. There comes a moment in our life when we need to pay attention, when attention must be paid. Then to say, let us set aside time to look, to listen, to stop running, to stop chasing, a time to choose, a time to settle, a time to act, a time to forsake our safety zones, a time to get out of our security blankets, a time to let down our defenses. In other words, meditation can teach us the art of letting go. The art of letting go. And what do we need to let go of? What do we need to give up? What do we need to learn? We need a time to surrender our need to know, to understand. Meditation will introduce us to a time to embrace mystery as my native land, as my primitive place, as the place of belonging. And in meditation, we discover that silence is indeed our native tongue. It is a time that may be for others, and hopefully for ourselves, and most importantly for ourselves, a clear, defined moment. And so we need to be still. We need to be still. And we should let stillness embrace us. Because it is in this embrace we come home to the deepest part of our true self. This embrace heals, this embrace consoles, restores, calms, strengthens. And this embrace is really our Heartspace. This embrace is our Heartspace. Meant to say, before we even found ourselves, that embrace is already there. Before we even realize we need to be embraced, that embrace is already there. It predates us. Because that embrace is God's presence. That embrace is God's temple. I remember Father Lawrence, in one of his newsletters, he mentioned something about the connection between the temple as a building and the space enclosed by the temple. He said, even before the temple is erected, the space it is bound to enclose is already there. And that space is God's presence. That space is God's presence. God's presence need not be defined, need not be enclosed, but we are stubborn. We are sensual people. We need reminders. And the temple is a reminder that God is there. But with or without the temple, God lives on. God's presence is dynamic, vibrant, alive, and impactful. And so, looking at meditation as a temple experience, even if you don't meditate, God will still be there, waiting. God will still be there, providing, abiding, healing, consoling. And we need to meditate because through meditation, we are reminded of a God who is faithful. We are reminded of a God who is ever present, a God who supports, who supplies, and who provides. And so, in times when you don't feel like honoring your meditation period, think twice. God is waiting. Honor your commitment to sit. Honor your commitment to hear Him in silence. And even in times even in times when you don't feel like going to meditation because you're tired, you are not in the mood, you are not disposed, just remember, in times when we can meditate, it is the Spirit who does it for us. To give Him the favor to serve us. Give Him the favor to meditate in us. So please honor your commitment to meditate. It cannot be dependent on our mood swings, on our inclinations, on our emotional temperature or disposition. The Holy Spirit is there to do it for us if we can't, when we can't. So, this Spirit may be a subtle presence, but it is a conscious presence. It may be a subtle presence, but it is a conscious presence. We can deny it. We can deny it and pretend it is not so. But I tell you, it won't go away. And because the Spirit won't go away, the least we can do is to be faithful. Because what is lacking in our effort, the Holy Spirit will bring to perfection. Okay? Anyone would like to add to what I've said, or react to what I've said, affirm what I've said? Feel free to do so now, so we can still follow the schedule put out by Annie. Anything that you want to add to what I shared with